All right, so I'm doing an initial review on the Michelin. You can see it, but Michelin Pilot Street 8090 17. All right, Pilot. You see that Pilot Street right here, Pilot Street. So this is obviously on the SuperCub. All right, SuperCub. I just took off the old tire, the IRC. Let's see, what are these? These ones are IRC NR94. So the thing that surprised me about these tires here, the IRCs, the stock tires, is that after I took them off, they're at the wear bar indicator. Let's see, where's the wear bar? Right here. So they're at the wear bar indicator. When I took them off, even though they're at the wear bar, and I lift it up. I'm like, whoa, this thing is heavy. This thing weighs, would have worn out like this, it weighs just as much as the Pilot Street, if not more. At least I didn't actually weigh it, but just holding it in my hand, I was like, whoa, this thing weighs just as much, if not more, than those tires are brand new. So anyways, I just took it back on a test ride. I actually had more miles than I thought I had. I thought when I changed this, I thought I only had 3,200 miles, 31 or 3,200 miles, but I actually have 3460, I think it was. Let's see, what is it right now? Let's look at it. It's at 3488 right now. So I just came back from a about a 30-mile ride in the mountains, in the twisties, real quick, 30 miles. So I started out with 3460 approximately. So yes, so about 30 miles. So just 30 miles. You're like, oh, what the hell could you get from 30 miles? The tire's not even broken in at 30 miles, but I'm riding the same roads that I always ride all the time, so I know the road very well. And I've been riding this thing for the last 2 weeks, commuting, same road too, so I know it very well. All the climbs and all the whatever sections, so I could compare the two. So initially, right. So the first thing was the weight that I noticed. Just owning it. Anyways, I was riding around, in the twisties. Two things that came to mind was how fast this new tire is. It's fast. It feels fast. And the two things that contribute to that, the first is the weight. Less weight means it could basically it could go a little bit faster because you're not having to carry all that extra rotational mass, rotational weight. The second thing is, I believe this new Michelin tire here has less rolling resistance than the IRC does. So those are the two things that makes it faster. And how do I know that it's faster? Just on the like the flat straightaways, I can feel like I'm getting up to higher speed faster. My acceleration is faster, but also in the climbs, I noticed that I'm able to hold speed a little bit better in the climbs. Like I have one section that every time I do that section, it's real steep on the IRCs down here. Going that really steep section, I'm in third gear, and towards near the top, it's like the last climb where it's like gear is slightly steeper. I actually have to put it into second gear to go up. If I keep it in third gear on that climb near the top, when it gets a little bit steeper than it already is, because it's really steep, I could feel the engine starting to lug. Like wanting to lug. That's when I had to shift into second. But with the Pilot Street, I was able to keep it in third gear, and it didn't get to the point where it wanted to lug. It was just almost there though. It was almost there, but it didn't though. So that's how I knew that it was able to climb a little faster. And I think the main reason for that is the weight. The main thing is the weight. Less weight, less rotational mass. It basically doesn't take as much power to spin it as it does a heavier tire here. More weight requires more power to spin it. And the other thing is rolling resistance. But going up that climb, it's pretty slow. It's only like a 30 mile an hour climb. So this bike will drop down to 30 miles an hour So it's pretty slow. So I don't think at that speed, rolling resistance doesn't make that much of a difference. So I believe it's the weight. Other things that this tire also handles better. It's like, you know, because if you look at the shape here, let's look at the shape real fast. You see the shape here, it's very curved, right? It has a very curved crown, whereas with the IRC, it's flatter. Even when this tire was new, it was much flatter compared to the Pilot Street. So you see, just right there, just that image right there, you can see how round it is. Whereas this one is very flat, and even like I said, even when this thing was new, it was still pretty flat too. It didn't change much. So so that made the handling much better, smoother, you know, handling. So yeah, so I was really surprised at how much of a difference the Pilot Street made, and the ride also was more comfortable too. I think because it's, you know, it's a little bit lighter. You know, the casing isn't as thick, so it's a little bit lighter. This IRC down here, this tire is what it comes standard on the SuperCub, and SuperCub, it's mainly a mainly an Asian market bike, and in Asia the SuperCub is used as a pickup truck. Literally, it's used as a pickup truck. You know, people carry tons of stuff on there, and they carry sometimes a family of 4 or 5 people. Sometimes I've even seen pictures of 6 people. You know, like 2 adults and like 3 kids, 4 kids. You know, anywhere from a baby, you know, a little infant baby, to you know, someone that's like in the early teens. So a family of 5, like that. So, you know, so the SuperCub is basically a beast of burden. So because of that, they use tires that are very, you know, strong and sturdy. So I think that's the reason why this IRC is so heavy. Looking at it, it actually says right here. Let's see, you guys can see that. It says reinforced tire. So you know, it's made even stronger, burlier than if it wasn't reinforced. So I don't think the Michelin says that at all. It doesn't say nothing about reinforced. So again, I think that's because actually, you know what? It does say it. I see it. It says it right down in here. It says it doesn't say the full reinforced, but it does say re-in-F. So that basically is short for reinforced. So this one is too. But anyways, so I think that's one of the reasons why this thing is so heavy, is because, you know, it's meant to carry so much weight. Let's see, where is its weight? Its weight limit here. Here it is. Max load, 419 pounds. You believe that? 419 for this tiny skinny little tire. No bigger than a mountain bike tire. This one here says max load same thing, 419 pounds. So yeah, so they have the same carrying capacity. I think most of these are P rated, right? P rated. Actually, here's the load rating number, 50. P rated, that's speed. P is, I believe, 91 miles an hour is its top speed. The Michelin, let's see, where is its rating? I don't see it. Let's see. So the Michelin's actually made in Serbia. Right here, made in Serbia. Where is its rating? I don't see the rating. Blah blah blah. Tubeless. No tube type. Let's see, I don't see the actual speed rating on this thing. Where is it at? Michelin. Serbia 17. Maybe it's on the other side. Let's see if it's on the other side or not. Let's see. MC. Oh yeah, right here. 50. Oh, this one's 50S. The S is actually a higher number. So it has the same load rating of 50. So that's why it has that 491 or 441 or whatever pounds. But this one's a S speed. So S speed is actually pretty high. S speed is 100 and I think S speed rating is 112 or 108 or something like that. So around 110 miles an hour. Whereas this one P speed rating, this IRC P speed rating is only P, so that means it's a 91 or 92 or something, you know, low 90s. So you're looking at about 20 miles an hour difference, you know, speed rating between these two. So that's interesting to know. I didn't know that. I didn't realize. I thought this one had a P rating. So yeah, so that's what my initial impressions are for the Pilot Street bias ply. I wish this thing was radio. You know, if this was radio, it'd be even better. It would actually be more comfortable. It would actually handle better, better grip, better traction. But it's not. It's you know, it's bias ply, unfortunately. And they don't make the radial tire in this size, because I'm on bigger bikes. I've used the Pilot Street for on the bias ply, and I also use a Pilot Street radial, and I could tell the difference. I used that back when I had my CB300F. I tried the Pilot Street bias first, then I tried the radial, and I could tell the difference between the two in its handling characteristic and its comfort. Anyways, so that's the initial review. I'm definitely impressed with this. I'm sticking with this tire. There's not that many. Well, there are other tires, and actually Michelin has other type of tires in the size as well. They have the so this one's a Pilot Street. Michelin also has the City. Is it City Grip or City Grip Pro or whatever they call it in the size as well. And that City Pro or City Grip or whatever they call it, that one competes with the IRC, I think, because the IRC, this IRC is kind of like meant as a city, city tire. Same with the City Pro, whereas this Pilot Street is meant as also a street tire, but not just for city, running around the neighborhood type. It's also you could use it basically street use. You could use it in the mountains and stuff too for street and such. It's not a sport bike tire, but you could actually use this as a touring tire. So the Pilot Street is like basically, if you look at the Michelin road series, road 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they're on road 5 right now. If you look at the original road tires, the road ones, the Pilot Street are basically the road ones. Is what it is. So those are sport touring tires. So these tires are definitely a bit sportier. I think that's it. All right, thanks for watching.